I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business trainer, author of Food Truck 101, Beginner to Winner, and Food Truck 201, Get Off the Truck. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. For the last 2 days, I've been talking about food truck advice and the sources of that advice. So the question becomes, what do I have to say that's going to help you be successful? Well, here's the list that I give everybody. And it starts with, number 1, know your why. The reason you want to do this in the first place. That why has to be big enough so when a challenge comes up, you want to push through that challenge and you want to overcome it. You don't want to have a why that's so little that you turn tail and run the first time you have a little bit of an issue. And that why moves you through every other single part of this process. That's your motivation. Number 2, you got to research your rules and regulations. Guess what? More people quit at this point than any other. And more people refer to this as being the reason why they get out of the business if they push through all the other things I have here. Because the rules and regulations, something you got to follow. Some of those rules deal with taxes and when you should be paying those taxes. But you have to do the research. You have to be the expert on your area. Because guess who's going to be held responsible? That's going to be you when you start serving people. So you have to research the rules and regulations. Number 3, now you can start to work on your menu because you understand what the rules and regulations are. And then you need to test that menu. And what you want to think about is what you would be proud to serve, and then also what happens to be missing from the local food scene in your area. You see, the pride keeps you motivated to keep selling the best quality food you can profitably afford, and then you're going to be filling that void in the local food scene, so that's going to help to keep you busy. And one thing you do not want to do is become the 50th barbecue truck in a market that has 50 barbecue trucks. Because now all you're doing is sharing a guest pool in an oversaturated segment of food trucks. So develop your menu and test it. Number 4. Find all the suppliers and partners that you need. And I'm talking about high quality supplies that are provided by dependable purveyors. Plus, you need to have a backup source. And in this day and age, you probably need 3 or 4 backup sources. When my main supplier is out, where do I find more? And then you're going to need services. And those services include where you're going to pick up your fresh water, where you're dumping your wastewater, how you're getting rid of the trash. You need legal advice, accounting advice, payroll, insurance, repair. All of those things need to be lined up before you start your business. Next, you want to figure out, where am I going to sell? I mean, clearly you want a safe location that has a whole bunch of guests all around wanting food. That's the holy grail. But knowing where you will be selling food helps to determine the menu. It helps to determine your labor needs. It even helps to determine what permits you're going to need. You need to decide on what's the most profitable type of vending for you. And that could be you setting up daily. Could be you only working weekends at large events. Could be you driving around like an ice cream truck. Could be you just focusing on catering and private gigs. Or you could do all of them. You could pick and choose, but you got to figure out where you're going to be selling. Number 6, now you can spend some money. Buy your food truck, buy your food trailer, buy the small wares, buy the pots and the pans and the knives and all that stuff. But I'm going to recommend you buy used. Save yourself the money. A new fancy truck will not generate $1 more in sales than a used one will, because they're only pieces of equipment, and they're only pieces of equipment that are going to take a bunch of abuse. The business is your food. The business is your personality and your service. It's your marketing, your reputation in the community. It is not and never will be your food trailer or your food truck. Number 7, let's write a business plan. And never ever ask someone to write your business plan for you. Their goal is to produce a well-written business document and get paid for it. Your goal, on the other hand, is to make money. And you can't do that on somebody else's plan that doesn't even live in your area. You need to do local research. You need to do local menu testing. You need to network with your community and your chamber of commerce. And you'll find all the information you need to write a solid business plan. Last week, we focused on business plans. Last week, I did a little seminar on writing a business plan. It's not difficult, so do not farm it out. Number 8 is market, and you need to have a marketing plan. And it goes beyond just social media. You want to get those accounts set up as soon as you make the decision. I'm going to own a food truck. Well, then let's go out there and make it real. Let's speak it into existence. You want to post progress reports and let people know what's going on while you're under construction or while it's being built. You want to get friends and family to share and comment on your post, but understand social media is only one part of marketing. You got to make in-person visits to businesses and offices and apartment complexes, and you got to invite those folks to your food truck or your food trailer. You need business cards and flyers and coupons and signs and banners and flags and all kinds of attention-grabbing devices. All of those things are marketing. Each activity needs a plan, and you got to start marketing before you open. And then you guys know I recommend you finding a business coach or a business mentor that has food vending experience. Food trailer builders, they're not mentors. They have a conflict of interest at the very get-go. Certainly they can hire someone to teach you things, but don't let them teach you anything, because they're not in the business. They may have been in the business in the past, but their focus had better be on building you a really solid and secure food truck or food trailer, not trying to convince you they know what they're talking about. You already know what you're talking about. All you need them to do is build you the equipment. I even tell people to avoid consultants. Consultant is Latin for I charge too much money. Consultants will swoop in, fix a problem, and leave, and hope you have other problems that they noticed, but they know you're going to need to call them about it at some point in the future. So you want a coach or a mentor, somebody that's going to hold you responsible for your own results, that's going to offer advice to help you improve your business and has a background in food vending or at least food service. There are differences. If you can't find somebody that has done a food cart or a food trailer or a food truck, settle for somebody in the restaurant business. And if they have chain experience, that's even better, because at least they have a reasonable chance of having been trained and trained properly. These are action steps. They're not a list of ideas. Each step builds on the one that precedes it. If you want success, you have to go out and work for it. You want to flatten the learning curve as much as you possibly can by educating yourself and then applying what you learned. So I'm going to go through those steps one more time. Define your why. Research your rules and regulations specific to your state. Develop your menu and test it. Find all the suppliers and all the partners you need. Figure out where you're going to sell. Equip your business. Write a business plan. Write a marketing plan. And then find you somebody that's going to hold you responsible for your results, that can coach you through the difficult times. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow, because you know I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.